Hello, everybody. The History Guy here. This is it. The Battle of Richmond, the end of the Union legendary campaign. It's been a long road over the last couple of months. Several episodes later, it's I think 41 or 42 now. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, there's a link in the description below that will take you all the way back to episode 1 at the Battle of Philippi. But we are on to Richmond. Here's what the situation looks like. I have 93,000 men and 360 guns in 84 brigades going up against 85,000 men. Now, I've got over 20,000 men and about $180,000 sitting in my force pool back in camp that I can use for reinforcements, assuming this is a multiple day battle. But I felt like this was a good force to go in with. Now, I have not gone in and played this ahead of time to see what happens. I'm playing this blind. I'm diving in without having watched any videos about it. I've only played the Battle of Richmond once, and that was probably a year and a half ago. So we're going to see what happens. We're not talking history anymore because this is not really how this went down. We're kind of playing fictitious what if at this point. And it looks like the first part's going to be fairly straightforward. Couple of outer defenses to take. I don't know how and where the reinforcements will arrive for all of this. You can destroy 90% of the enemy and win without having to hold anything. So we're going to take this nice and slow. I think I'm going to go through these woods. I'm going to try to get somewhere where I can get a good look at him and use my artillery. And we'll kind of go from there. So on second thought, as I was starting to march toward that position, I was thinking about it and looking at how open this ground is and how well entrenched he probably is with the woods. And I was thinking, honestly, this is probably the better spot to attack and then swing north rather than attacking north and swinging south, just because I've got woods for cover all the way right up to his trenches. So that's probably the way to go here. So we're just going to start clearing out his skirmishers and then pushing through on this side. I'll get my guns up. As soon as I can see him, I can start targeting his artillery because I've got huge amounts of rifled guns here. He's obviously got artillery. He just got reinforcements too. All right, so we'll get everybody into position, and then I'll start kind of inching my skirmishers forward. We've got some mounted infantry down here we'll have to clear out. All right, we're going to send some brigades down here to clear these guys out. All right, here's our first target for our artillery. Now we're going to get those guys cornered, looks like. Once I clear these woods, my job gets a whole lot easier. I'm going to send Kellogg. We'll finish deering off in the corner. So he's got 250 or so pieces of artillery. And if I can clear most of those out with my long-range artillery, my job gets a whole lot easier for the rest of the battle. Oh, don't you dare, Deering. Come on, guys. Let's not let this guy float around out there. Alright, otherwise I'm just going to sit here and shell that artillery. Build up. It's kind of like, you know, the theory is the same as it would have been in World War II with air superiority. You know, focus on taking out his ability to defend with artillery, and then my artillery can just rain free because he's got nothing to counter it. So kind of artillery superiority, if you will. Oh, this guy's driving me nuts up there. Alright, I'm just going to throw these skirmishers up here. He can go run away for all I care. I'm not going to keep pursuing him. We'll just guard our flank in case he decides to come back. There he is. Alright, that battery's just about out. Now we'll start inching forward and look for other batteries to take out. And I want to remove all of them before I go trying to take his fortifications if I can. Alright, we just got 3 minutes left on this part. I don't know if we stay here or if we go to the other flank at that point. These skirmishers, they're probably sharpshooters, I would guess. Ah, we just get more reinforcements. Excellent news. Okay, let's pause for a second. Bring this guy right down on top of them. Rest of them, I'm just gonna, I think, just plug right over here for now until I figure out where I want to go with them. Oh, we actually opened up to the south. Okay. South and north. Interesting. Alright, Deering, your days are numbered, buddy. That's a lot of artillery. Okay. Honestly, I do not have a clue where all his artillery is, but let's look at the numbers on this part of the field. I've got an 11,000 man advantage. Guns are almost dead even, but I've taken out 15 of his already. Alright, Deering's done at last. Now he's got nowhere to go. Finally. Alright, get him out of here. Let's get some more skirmishers out here. I don't like Maxwell being there. No, not the skirmishers. I'm talking about the brigade. Now we just need to find more of his artillery. I'm going to go ahead and start pushing forward here with my skirmishers anyway. Infantry support right behind them. A lot of supplies, still don't see a lot of artillery. Here we go. Let's get these guys into the woods. Alright, we'll get my general up there. Alright, we're weakening his artillery on this spot here. There's really nothing to be gained at all down here, so I feel like maybe I should probably pull these guys up. Alright, so I've only lost about 1,000 men. I've taken out 1,500, but more importantly, I'm taking out his artillery. Alright, let's pause for a second. Alright, we've got our first fallback by an enemy. Looks like we've opened up a hole in his line. I'm going to go ahead and keep creeping these skirmishers forward. Another battery about to be taken out, and then we'll finish this one off. Alright, we've driven him out of there as well, so this is working out pretty good so far. Now the two objectives are further to the north, so I'm going to have to eventually push that way, and it looks like he's just gotten some reinforcements. But I would assume I've got some time to do that. I'm going to reattach those skirmishers there. No, we're going to have to start bringing some mainline infantry in here now before he re-establishes himself. So I've got to exploit this gap. These guys are all running. Alright, we get another glimpse of artillery now. I don't know if they're in range. Yeah, they're just barely in range. There we go. Let's keep plugging units into this gap before he reoccupies it. I'm going to start moving the artillery up. Alright, 30 minutes to go on this phase, and I think we probably go to the other half of the map. So far, so good. I just don't know what the timeline will be as far as how quickly I've got to take the objectives. I'm going to go ahead and start marching forward here, though. And I'm going to bring these guns further north. Oh, we need some ammo. Okay. Supplies are on their way. There's a supply depot right here that I'd very much like to have. Let's see how many supplies they've got. It's got 48,000 supplies. That's huge. Let's take that. Okay, that didn't work out so well. Alright, we're going to finish these guys off here. Yeah, I should have come in here and just hit that guy from the north first. Would have made my job a lot easier. Little hiccup in an otherwise pretty smooth fight so far for me. All right, now we move to the other side. All right, so my plan here is just to start getting a toehold. I think we come back to this phase and I will get more reinforcements. There's no way in the world with the units that I currently have that I'm taking this fort and this objective. So we're just going to kind of slowly move forward with skirmishers. See what's going on. All right, there he goes. So I'll bring up the artillery that I've got. Hopefully we can spot his wherever it is. He's only got one battery, so it's probably in the fort, so I may not be spotting any artillery at all. So there's only an hour in this first phase. So I'm just going to go ahead and start inching forward. So these are probably sharpshooters there, I would guess. I'm going to start hitting them. Let's knock them out first before we worry about that infantry in the north, because we can break through here and then hit him from his flank. Oh, no, 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 no. Why are you guys getting that close? So these are a lot of one-star units. Oh, he's got more skirmishers behind those guys. Interesting. So again, these fortifications are super strong. .500 men easily defending it. Oh, and then he's got Cav behind that. Wow. These guys are throwing me back like I'm sitting still. That was awful and no good at all. My goodness. These are insanely powerful fortifications. It's funny, the second you target the cav with artillery, before he could even possibly know that I've targeted him, he starts moving. Kind of a little cheating by the AI there to know that. Alright, let's hold Griffin right there. Oh, he's going to reoccupy the fortifications. Lovely. All right, just 10 minutes to go in this kind of a debacle of a phase for me. I lost 2,000 men and really didn't gain anything by it. I probably should have just waited for my reinforcements. Guess I forgot how powerful some of these fortifications can be. Alright, let's hope things get a little better for me. My goodness, why did he not see him? Okay, we go back to the north side now. Alright, back to the side where things are going much, much better. I want to grab this supply depot, and with it the first objective. There we go. I've got to start turning my army north once I take this objective here. In fact, let's start thinking about that now. I have cavalry in my reinforcements, but obviously they're not here yet. I don't know if I get those on the second day or how that works. Let's nail this battery. Oh, look at you reoccupying a fortification. I'll slow things down a little bit here. Got a lot of area to cover. He's counterattacking down here too. Alright, we've got 2 more objectives to take. I think we're okay on time. Let's target his artillery. Looking at the numbers here, I've got him by 10,500 men. I've only taken out 26 of his guns. He's still got 132, so we got to bring that number down. Alright, I think we can go back to normal speed for a little bit. We're going to sit tight right now and let my artillery do their work for a little bit. Get these guns up in here where they can get some supply. All right, 7,000 man advantage. I want to keep an eye on how that changes. Make sure that I'm winning the casualty war. He's starting to shift everybody up toward that last objective now. Oh, he just got reinforcements. Okay. Now it's only a 3,500 man advantage. This is where I need my reinforcements that have all my 24 pounders. I want to push up to the edge of these trees if I can. Always reoccupying the fortifications. All right. And with that comes a counterattack. We're going to wipe out Harris, or nearly so. All right, 2,000 man advantage. Deering's toast. He just rode right into my lines. He's going to ride right through my lines. He's going to do the usual thing. But one good volley on him will finish him off. He's going to distract all my artillery is what he's going to do. I don't know why Butler was turned that way. Interesting, it won't let me occupy his fortifications. I don't know how much time I have, but I'm not in a huge hurry, I don't think. I would guess it'll give me till day 2. We've got 3,400 man advantage now. I feel like this objective's pretty secure. I'm going to start sending some of these extra units up that way. To at least get out into these woods. Gonna have to push through here and then push up into these woods to finish off the last objective. Oh, come on. This is why I need my reinforcements with my cavalry. Alright, we've got to keep the artillery closer. Get it out of these woods. I'll put these sharpshooters in a brigade to protect them. Wow. Okay. Here comes a counterattack that's going to see a few of these units wiped off the face of the earth, I think. But he did catch me with all of my artillery moving. These 2 units will get wiped out eventually. Wow, he's throwing everything at me up here. Alright, 17 minutes to go. My advantage is up to 4,600 men. Just hope I'm not taking this too slowly. Yeah, I see you out there. All right, we're safely across the water. We'll start pushing up from the north, and it looks like we're going to go back to the south side now. All right, now we've got ourselves some help. This is actually my first reinforcements, my 4th Corps. So let's let them get into position. Looks like he just got reinforcements as well. I'm not worrying as much about preserving my army here because, well, there's nothing to preserve it for. This is the last battle. All right. We're finally driving these guys off, but now we're going to be facing his counterattack. But the good news is I have 24 pounders now. I just got to get them up close enough to use them. Yeah, it would have made much more sense to wait on these reinforcements, but I didn't know what I was getting and where. Had I known that, I certainly would have waited before I moved in for this attack. Because now I should be in a very good situation, especially with these 24 pounders coming up. I can pretty much wipe all these guys out and then hopefully move on the fort pretty easily. I do worry a little bit about that cav, but not a whole lot. Oh, here he comes, occupying the fortifications again. Alright, my advantage right now is 4,000 men. Oh my gosh, why are those 10-pounders all the way up there? That's such a bad look. Oh my gosh. I must have issued a bad order somewhere. And I love how I've got a battle line right here, and yet he's still able to occupy those fortifications now. It worked out okay for me in that situation, but it still drives me nuts that that can happen. Same here. I think Wallace is going to occupy these ones. Supremely irritating that he can occupy fortifications that I'm standing in the middle of. With 300 men, while I've got brigades on top of them. Alright, we're just going to keep hurling him back. Let him hit me and just inflict casualties with my 24 pounders. And there's another fortification occupied. But the advantage continues to grow for me. Once I wipe all these guys out, there can't be much left in the fort. I just don't know how much time I'll have to take it. At some point it's going to tell me, you've got to do this now or never. I just don't know when that is, because we're at 7 o'clock right now. I really want to wipe out that cavalry. He's down to just 9,000 men. He's only got 43 guns. Alright, we must prevail. So I guess this would be the you've got to do this now phase. Alright, so we're surprising his cavalry. We've got 2 objectives to take. Shouldn't be a problem in 3.5 hours. I've got a 17,000 man advantage right now. Well, 16,000. 2 to 1 on guns. Just got to deal with a couple of these pesky behind the lines issues. And then push the rest this way. Lots of 24 pounders showing up now. Start bringing this line up. We'll take the second objective, and then we'll have a flank attack. We'll just kind of hold the line here as best I can. Alright, we grabbed his pesky cavalry back there. This objective secure. I'm going to push to the river here. Start bringing these guys up. Just keep the guns close. Alright, we're up to almost a 20,000 man advantage now because we're really in a strong position now. There's a gutsy call, Miller. You're going to pay for it. He's got a lot of brigades that are on the verge of collapse. Okay, 3 hours to go. Objective number 2 about to be in the books. Still 41,000 supplies sitting there. He's down to just 24,000 men on this side of the field. There's command point B. More units dissolving. Just 21,000 men left. Lots of time to move up and take this objective. Got shifted around a little bit there. All right, let me slow things down for a minute here. You see all of these brigades here, 200, 300, they're all about to dissolve. All right, 2 hours to go to get up to that objective. I'm more concerned about wiping his army out to make the advance as easy as possible. But he's still got 20,000 men, which means he's got a lot parked up in there. I'm just trying to get my guns moved up. Keep an eye out over here. That's McGowan. All right, we'll just plug a brigade in. All right, 1:50 to go. I gotta try and push these guys out of here. He's causing a lot of casualties for me from that fortification. All right, 1:42 to go. So now I gotta start moving. He's still got 17,000 men. And I may be waiting too long. Let's get my generals up there. I got to remember, too, this is just day one. So there's still a lot more to go in this fight. Still 17,000 men, so he's got a lot still hiding. So that concerns me a little bit with the time that I have left. Alright, we're going to keep moving the guns. I think I found what's left of his artillery. How many guns? He's got 110 guns still. That means he's got a lot parked up there. Oh, good. Reinforcements. It's my cavalry, though. It's not infantry reserves. It's part of my cavalry corps finally arriving. Alright, he's down to 15,000 men. Alright, we gotta park somebody on this objective. Okay. Hour and 9 to go. We're gonna hit a strong line here somewhere. Oh, we ran into something. Hey, look at that. Something for the cav to do. All right. We're going to try to close the Venus flytrap on him, so to speak, here from both sides. Mostly from the rear, though. 13,000 men still out there. Oh, Alexander Schimmelpfennig was killed. Made it through the whole war, died in the last battle. It's almost like what happened with A.P. Hill for the Confederates. He died a few days before Lee surrendered. All right, now we march up and take the objective. I don't know where the rest of his men are. They must be hiding somewhere else. Up in here. Okay. I don't care if they're holding up here. They can have those fortifications. Man, he didn't use very much of that supply. There's still 43,000 sitting there. Okay. Holy cow. All right. He's not going to let me just take it. He's going to try to counterattack. But we've got it. And I'm just going to bring up all my guns. If he does try to counterattack, it's not going to last. We'll go ahead and just let him do his thing here and just lose a lot of men in the process. Okay. I guess we gotta wait until the contested timer ticks down, which means we cannot let him get it back. There, we captured those guys. And now my guns are up. So it's just a matter of letting the timer tick down. I'm actually gonna stop there before we go back to the next phase. It's already been a really long battle. There's still a lot to be fought. So we'll stop there before we go after that southern objective. So let me know your thoughts. Use that comment section below. It's the last battle, so I'm being kind of somewhat careless just because I know I don't need to preserve my army because there's nothing else after this. But let me know your thoughts, and we'll come back tomorrow with the final battle, the final video for this legendary campaign. So please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.